During my stay at academic school, all my classmates had different ambitions. Some of them wanted to be housewives or lawyers, doctors. I wanted to be a violinist, and I'm very lucky that I fulfilled that dream. People have asked me recently, Vanessa-Mae, do you want to be a serious classical musician or just a pop star? And that implies that all pop music is just lightweight, easy, and flippant, and that's not the case at all. I've always had a very cosmopolitan type of upbringing. From the age of 5, I was listening to Michael Jackson in my Walkman on the bath and going downstairs playing Mozart and Mendelssohn on the piano and violin. The violin is an instrument most similar to a voice. It can create all those emotions, evoke all those moods, and it's got that incredible soaring ability. I started the piano at 4 years old, and then a year later I took up the violin. You know, the shape of the violin is almost like a human body, or I've always said almost like a pet or doll, and just cuddling under my chin at the young age was a very, very affectionate feeling. I'm half Thai, half Chinese. I was born in Singapore, but when I was 3 years old, I moved to London, which is now my base with my English father, my second father. 我可以说一点点普通话. That's my extent of my Mandarin, but I picked that up when I was about 8 years old when I went off to China for a while.
Vanessa, well, she's, to me anyway, she's still a child. Neither my husband nor I really wanted her to be a musician. We both have lots of musical friends. My husband's family, for example, were very close friends from Benjamin Britten. I myself, I'm a pianist, and I know it's a very, very difficult lifestyle. So no, that was not very much in our planning at all.
I have got diary in which written the first visit by Vanessa when she was 9 years old. She studied from memory extremely quickly. Any one big piece like Scottish Fantasy, which she's going to perform, in 2-3 lessons it was almost ready.
Throughout the history of violin playing, there have been prodigies who have played wondrously before they were 10 years old. But they played as children played.
It's true, I turned professional at a young age, and people call me things like protege, wunderkind. I think it really depends on the individual. You know, somebody may be more mature at 15 than somebody else at 25 or 45. Well, Mel I met when I was about 14 years old, and he knew me, you know, only from the stuff I had done in the classical world, but I mentioned that I wanted to do a much more pop contemporary style album.
And I thought that was a very, very good idea, because to me it represented something new, something different.
Mel discovered great pop and rock acts like Queen, David Bowie, Wham, and so he really understood that he could play a very important role in my pop career as well.
For years we've had a lot of guitar heroes. You've had your Jimi Hendrixes, your Jimmy Pages, and yet the most popular instrument, not just in England but throughout the world, the most popular instrument played is in fact the violin.
For me, the electric violin has a lot of advantages. It's great for big concerts in front of thousands of people. Straight after the tour, I'm going off to Zurich. to do a big rock festival. People like Elton John, Guns N' Roses will all be performing. On tour, I played jazz, classical, country and western, rock and roll. And I really wanted to invite colleagues from both the classical as well as pop music circles to join me live on stage. And definitely a lot of the pieces involve strings. So it's only natural that I'd have a string quartet on stage with me. At the very start, it was a bit of a shock to them, really, because they've never worked in this sort of environment before. But they're learning to relax on stage. I consider Paganini's 24 Caprices the Bible of violin playing. And I took his most popular caprice, most well-known one, the 24th one, and I wanted to make a special tour arrangement of it. Electrically amplified, you can hear every scratch, every bum note, every out of tune note, but I'm willing to take that risk live on stage. So I wanted everybody to jam in and to just have a great time in the Paganini. So slowly the whole thing builds out until we have just, a really, really big sounding Paganini at the end. A very small minority of people in the classical world have expressed a concern that now I'm embarking and enjoying a pop career, having started out solely as a classical artist, straight classical artist. And it's very sweet of them to be concerned.
Where the mixed marriage of classical and popular music fails is in this lumpen area of crossover where it is neither one thing nor the other, neither fish nor fowl.
Their opinions are valueless to me because it's great that they're concerned, but a pop career is something that they've never, ever had any experience in.
It's electronic syncopation of familiar tunes done in a not terribly interesting way. It's background music, it's blur.
I'm a little bit miffed as to why they seem to want to pass so much comment on a pop album. I don't quite understand.